actually video?
Literally recording right now.
Okay.
It's a live feed.
Awesome.
So I'll put it so people can see it. And what's cool is people will jump in here. And they'll have, if they have questions, they can ask it. They can put hearts and stuff if they like it. So we got a handful of people are jumping in right now. Hey everybody, it's Jantzen Fugate with Direct Business Lending. We've got Jeff here, one of our fantastic lenders, and he's going to take a little bit of time. We're going to ask him just 4 basic questions about how we over here at Direct Business Lending can make money with him, and how you guys, as being agents of Direct Business Lending, can make money with his loan products as well. Travis, welcome. Appreciate you being here. We're here with Jeff, who's one of our representatives from a great lender, and he's going to tell us a little bit about some of his loan products. So Jeff, can you just kind of break down to us a little bit about, welcome Tony, a little bit about your loan products that you guys offer?
You bet. One of the main products that we offer is accounts receivable financing, and it's often referred to as factoring in the business world. It's where we will take a company's receivables, advance on those receivables for a small fee, even out their cash flow, get them cash up front when they might have been being paid in 40, 60, 70 days. Now we can get them an advance on that. Generally the advance is anywhere from, depending on the industry, anywhere from 70 to 90% of the invoice amount. And for a small fee, we advance that money on them. When the bill is paid, they receive the rest of the invoice minus our fee. That's one of our main products. Another product that we have, and I specialize in the transportation side, and so we do truck and trailer equipment financing. So when I talk about trucks and trailers, it's predominantly over the road type Class 8, the big rigs that you see going down the highway, hauling goods to stores, making deliveries, keeping America running. Finance a lot of those. We also have treasury management services that we also provide. So checking accounts, savings. We do have a debit card program. We've also got a partnership with another company called EFS, where we can provide a fuel card that's not completely set up yet, but we're in process of doing that. So
okay, perfect. All right, great. So hopefully that gave you guys just a little bit of an explanation of kind of the loan products that they offer. Again, Jeff, he is a representative of a great bank that Direct Business Lending has a relationship with, and they focus, or Jeff primarily focuses on transportation. So 18-wheelers, the trucks that you see driving past or on the highways every single day, dropping things off to Walmart, to your local sporting goods, to hauling your gas, to the gravel, to water, to all the many other things that you see truck drivers out there doing. So again, he focuses primarily on helping truck drivers access capital so that they can either, 1, purchase trucks, expand their fleet, or 2, that they've got the capital that they need to either grow or expand, or even just to bridge the gap between a specific payee, so to speak. Jeff, can you just tell us a little bit about kind of like your underwriting time frame? How long does it take you guys to actually underwrite a deal, and when can we over here at Direct Business Lending and or our agents expect to receive some sort of approval or decline or notice from you guys?
That's a great question. The declines actually come pretty quickly. If we see something in their history or in the documents they've given to us or provided, we can get a decline out pretty quickly. But the approval process or decline process generally takes, for the companies that I work with, anywhere from 48 to 72 hours, or perhaps a little longer. It just depends on what's going on, what time of the month it is. A lot of times at the end of the month, everybody's trying to get things closed, and it might take a day or 2 longer, but certainly inside of a week that we can get an answer once we have all the documents that are required. The approval process, I've gone over that with Jantzen, with the documents that are required for our approval process. It's pretty painless. We're not requiring too many things, and in the approval process, there might be additional documents that may be asked for or required, but that's on a case-by-case basis, and not very often. So,
Perfect. So underwriting turn times, when we can kind of expect an approval, a decline, some sort of decision, pre-approval, 24 to 48 to 72 hours, which is a relatively quick turn time. Oftentimes when established business owners or truck drivers are looking for financing, they'll go to their local lending institutions, they'll go to the Small Business Administration. They've got very tight guidelines in order for you to get financing, and oftentimes truck drivers, people in the transportation or logistics, they're going to fall short of those underwriting guidelines. And oftentimes, if you are going to get approved through a traditional lending institution, the turn time is not going to be as quick as you're going to experience through this particular lender. So again, some of the many benefits of working with direct business lending is that we're going to place you with the right lender so that you're going to have the highest chance of getting funding. We know their underwriting criteria. We're literally working with Jeff right now, going through a big Q&A discovery process so that we can really truly understand their underwriting criteria, so that we can then in turn send the entrepreneur or the truck driver or the individual who's in logistics over to them, so that they can have the highest probability of getting funding, and we can do that in a relatively quick time frame, 24 to 48 to 72 hours. If Jeff, can you just kind of explain to us a little bit about maybe a recent funding example, just so that, and agents, if you're still here, hang on the line, hang on, because we're going to get to the best part here in just a second, which is going to be where we're going to be talking about the commission, which is, I know at the end of the day, you guys are all here to help business owners accomplish financing, but you're really all in it for one major reason, which is to create a better quality of life for yourself, your family, and the people around you. So hang on just one second, and as soon as Jeff explains to us an example of one of their recent fundings, he'll be explaining to us where the money's made at. So stay tuned.
Yeah, great. We have fundings that happen all the time. One of the more recent fundings happened actually today. I went down and helped a company. I set up both their AR financing and was able to get them approval for financing for 4 tractors, new tractors for their fleet. And so they're going to begin factoring or AR financing the loads with those 4 trucks that we provided to them, and we were providing both on both ends. We were able to get them a very competitive rate on the tractors on the equipment finance, because they're also factoring with us. So it was a win-win situation for them and a win for us as well. And they're just delighted with their new trucks. They drove them off the lot. I was there with them this morning. They drove the 4 of them off the lot, and they're delighted.
That's great.
It is. It's great. And I might add, on the previous subject, Jantzen is right. For equipment financing in particular, we can generally get answers on those for the underwriting and in the financial analysis process in 24 to 48 hours. In that situation, the factoring takes a little bit longer, but Jantzen is absolutely right.
Yeah, guys, and on the factoring, the reason why it's going to take a little bit longer is because it's a little bit more due diligence. We've got to take a look at the bank statements, collecting the bank statements. Sometimes after we've submitted the application, it's going to lead to, a little bit more of kind of a discovery process, and we're going to have to, jump through those additional hoops. But Jeff always is great about keeping us in the loop about what documents are needed, and making it as easy and as quick as and painless as possible for both us as well as for our entrepreneurs as well, so that we can, just focus on turning deals. So lastly, I know we only have a couple agents on here, and I apologize that we're running just a little bit long. We try and keep these about 5 minutes. But the biggest thing here, right, guys, is really what is in it for you guys. Not only are we here to help our economy, but you're also here to put money back in your pockets as well. So are we there? All right. Sorry about that. I just had an incoming call, but the commission, you guys, behind transportation funding is pretty big, and transportation is a huge industry. Over here at Direct Business Lending, transportation is our #1 most generated lead. So I'm going to turn it back over to Jeff, and he can talk to us just a little bit about kind of the revenue that you can expect on a commission basis when you close a when you close a transportation or a factoring or an equipment leasing deal through direct business lending and our transportation lender. So turn it back over to Jeff so he can talk about the money to be made.
Yeah, so basically on the factoring side, you earn a percentage, or the company will earn a percentage of the fees that we collect. And it's for the lifetime of the deal. So we've got deals on the books. I've been there 12 years, and I have deals on the books that have been there 10 years.
So really quickly, guys, just so that you understand, as soon as you get somebody in the door and we close a loan through them, the opportunity to continue to keep funding this business is significant. In fact, that's what this lender wants to do. They want to initially fund them a good amount, and then they want to establish a relationship with them. And then when they establish a relationship, that borrower or that entrepreneur is going to continue to keep coming back to that bank. And in some instances, some banks will not cut the broker in on those renews of those loans. But here, because of what we've been able to negotiate, we've been able to get cut in on all of those renewals. So every time that an entrepreneur or a truck driver goes back to this particular lender to get more funding, we are always kept in the loop. So even if they decide to circumvent you and they decide not to talk to you anymore for whatever reason, and they just decide to go right to Jeff, that's okay, because Jeff will always make sure that you're cut in on that commission.
That's absolutely correct. And for the lifetime of the deal, and once you start, they start piling up. It's the power of simple interest, as it were. It just adds up very, very quickly. On the equipment side, we've negotiated with Jantzen and Direct Business Lending a percentage above and beyond what we would generally charge for the equipment financing deal, and so you will earn a one-time commission on equipment financing deals. So I can't give you exact specifics, but I can tell you that I had a deal last week, and I walked through this because she was a new person that I was dealing with, another broker that I was dealing with, and I walked through, it was about $175,000 truck and trailer purchase, and I think she walked away, the company that she was working for walked away with about $8,000 off of that purchase, and so it was a significant amount. Depending on what the ad is to our base rate is what the company will get paid, and you will be paid commission off of. So
perfect. Okay. All right, guys, I hope that gets you guys at least mildly excited, and hopefully gives you guys some good education about transportation funding that's out there. So all you local agents in your local economies, go out there, communicate with your local truck drivers or anybody who wants to become a truck driver. Let them know that you can help them, one, get access to the equipment that they need, to the trucks that they need to either start, or if they want to expand their fleet, let them know that you have access to capital so that they can expand their fleet, and also let them know that we can provide a factoring tool, and we'll get into that a little bit later on, or you can talk to your coach a little bit more about what factoring is. But essentially, we can get them paid immediately. Normally, it takes them 30 days at least for them to get paid on an invoice, and we can essentially get them paid immediately upon the printing of an invoice. So I hope that makes sense. Thank you, Jeff, very much for your time here with Direct Business Lending. Thank you really for being a part of the economic recovery, and thank you and your bank for really helping small business owners accomplish financing.
Thank you, Jantzen. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Love the relationship.
Yeah,
Thanks.
no problem, guys. Thank you very much. Look for the next Periscope. Remember, if you have any questions, you can communicate with Katera. You can always go to www.directbusinesslendingagents.com if you're not an agent and you're looking to sign up or you'd like additional information. Thanks so much, and we'll look for you on the next broadcast.